Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Indigo here, and we're gonna get into this channel download message. I think I might pull some cards too, but I had a dream that I wanted to share with you guys, bits and pieces of it. So there was, if you're familiar with the movie Hellraiser, okay, we all know Hellraiser was that box, okay, but it was like a material thing that you could actually hold in your hand that opened up the portal to the hell. Okay, I said the hell. So this is kind of what my dream was about, but it's definitely very different. So it was in a Rubik's cube. Okay, so you know how you got the different colors and you gotta align them and add them up and shit. Okay, so in my dream I dreamt of it was literally shaped like in a Rubik's cube, but in my dream we weren't in a Rubik's cube, but I could see the different dimensions of what was happening going on. So the outer perimeters of the cube were people who were consciously aware and connected to aliens, people who knew about them, who had contact with them, who play a big part in introducing them to the world, because there are a lot of movies that try to depict it as them being a problem or issue, when all reality that's not really what it is. Okay, and we all know that the band lies about everything. All right, so stay woke, y'all. So the outer perimeters were connections of different people who could connect with these beings. There were FBI agents, there were lawyers, there were tarot readers, spiritualists, normal people, there were people who were mentally insane, and then there were like agents. So there were people who would get sent through the cube who were in charge of killing people who were consciously aware of what was going on. Okay, so in the inner parts of the cube, that's the part where all the aliens, that's where they existed. So the inner parts, there are amphibians, there's reptiles, bugs, animals, plants, like the whole world of aliens is in the inner side of the Rubik's cube. Okay, so as the cube would turn, so you would go from being on the outer perimeter. So this is also how it started. It's accessed through your room. So every portal was a portal to someone's house, to someone's room, to someone's closet. Okay, it was connect. That's how you entered it. Okay, so I entered through with some people. I don't remember where we were or what we were doing. I don't remember any of that. All I remember is entering the middle of it, and the middle part would turn. So every time you turn the outer parts of it, the inner part turns as well, and the inner part is what sends you through different rooms and stages of being with these animals, being with these aliens. So I was in the safety zone, because there's a part where you could stay, that if you stay on that part and you don't get shot, or you don't choose to go inward more deeply into the cube, or if you choose to stay outwardly. So like you have a choice of whether or not you walk in. You don't have to walk in, you don't have to enter it, but from what I've seen from every person who entered it, there was hella confusion. There was like riots, a lot of police activity and stuff like that, because they were at war with the aliens. So that's what was going on in the real 3D world. Okay, now I feel like inward, when we talk about the inside of the cube, I feel like this is what is going on in the 5D of the cube. Okay, so the spiritual essence of the cube, right? So I enter the cube, and at first I'm staying in the safety zone because I'm like scared. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what this is. I don't know how I got here. I'm gonna stay right here. And it's almost as if like something just sucked me away from the safety zone, because I didn't move from my spot, but I was being removed from it, and I was being put more into the deeper layers. So as that happened, I started to come across different people. There's this guy that I met who he's I feel like he's native, but he was a lawyer. He was a very good lawyer. Not only was he a lawyer, but he was an undercover agent as well. And it's almost, he was very familiar to me. And then there was a white guy who I had never seen before, but he was also very familiar to me. And the cube started to change. So the original group of people who were in the safety zone had left. So then I get with these two guys. Now the white guy started to explain to me the rules of what was going on, and telling me about, you know, the people with guns and how they came through, and how they are responsible of killing the people who are woke to the truth of what these extraterrestrial beings are. I feel like also he was killing the people who also had like a rapport with these beings, the people that could actually communicate and talk with them. Okay. And then we so fast forward in the dream, there was a part where the room had changed and the door had opened, because each room has a door in it as well. And there's a hallway. And there was like this smoky cloud going by, and there was the Grim Reaper, but the Grim Reaper was a smoke cloud that was on the floor. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, that looks like the Grim Reaper. And then the white guy's like, oh, that's my thing. I don't know, remember what he referred to it as, but he was saying that it was for him. It was his. So I didn't get scared, but then he said, oh, actually, that's not mine. So it formed into something else, and it came into the room. I ran into the closet. The closet has like a glass window where you could see out into the room, and it turned into like this big ass, like, it kind of looked like a caterpillar, but it was like a dragon caterpillar. It had like horns and like all types of shit on it, and I'm like, I'm freaked out by bugs, so I'm in the closet like, ah! And they're out there, and the thing is making this noise. It's just so loud. It's making this noise. I opened the door and I heard it, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. So I closed the door, right? So he said, and it's crazy because we were telepathically communicating with each other, like me and this dude are connected. And he was saying that, you know, the thing isn't going to go away. If this is your room, you have to stand in it in order for this thing to go away. It's not going to go away if you hide from it. So I was like, fuck, I'm just coming out the closet. So I just went out the closet. It's like as soon as I went out the closet, it's like I couldn't even see it anymore. In my mind, I was just focused, and I just went out and stood in the middle of the floor. And then it grew smaller, and it was literally sitting on my shoulder. And I started to talk to it. I started to connect with it. And we started making plans. We started, because with me being the intuitive, a psychic, like I'm a medium, a psychic, I have very strong premonitions. My dreams are very, very strong. They knew that I knew what was going on, so they were communicating with me the plan. Okay, so essentially the being ended up informing me of information about myself in the dream. So I've never been a person who like school was always like, it not difficult to me, but there were just some things I didn't understand. Like I couldn't take false information. Like my brain knows when something isn't real, and it does not accept it, and it doesn't understand it. So there were a lot of parts in school that just didn't make sense to me. So when it comes to like history and stuff like that, like, or games that require you to like remember stuff from whatever the fuck, it's not really my strong suit. So I'm sitting here with the Rubik's Cube. I'm like, fuck, like I'm not smart enough to win this game. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Like, why am I here right now? And essentially what Spirit was trying to relay to me was that you do know, you're actually very skilled and very, very knowledgeable on what's going on right now. You have to tap back into who you are. So I feel like that's significant for the collective. I feel like right now is a time where I keep hearing the, say yes to the things that you think you can't do, because these opportunities are being presented to you because you actually do know what to do. You may not have memory of it, you may not have done it presently in this state of your existence, but you do know. Okay, so that was just a little bit of the dream. Something about Manhattan is very significant. Okay, something about Manhattan is very significant. I know that in New York is on the verge of like sinking below level, like the water. It's something about weight, because they were saying the weight of the skyscrapers, but it's a little bit deeper than that. It's a lot bit deeper than that. So that's all I got for that. I'm gonna stop right now because Spirit just wants me to stop. So we're gonna pull cards. Okay, we're gonna pull cards. I've been seeing, like, I'm literally, I don't know, y'all, I'm not alone. Like, I'm really seeing, like, I'm really not alone. like nah, G, I'm not alone. So home, tension, climbing came out. Okay, they definitely want me to use tarot instead. My allergies are acting up, so sorry if I sneeze a lot, or sniffle my nose. I'm definitely going to be blowing my nose throughout this video, so expect for it to be paused a couple times. Okay, yeah. So I feel like home is depicted of an idea of a building these days, of a place where you live, external from your inner self, from your body shit. And I feel like this is what creates tension with humans, because we're always searching for home. That's why humans keep building shit and making spaces for themselves to give themselves shelter, etc., etc., etc. But home really is an idea, and I feel like the idea is to feel at home within yourself. This shell that you were given is your home. The human body is actually for certain. Okay, I won't speak on it, but just know that your home is within your body, right? And if you're feeling like weird right now, it's because you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable in yourself, within your skin. You could be outgrowing yourself. You could just be outgrowing different ways that you think, or different ways that you view stuff. I'm gonna blow my nose. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune came out. Alright, so I do see there's some type of fortune that's available to you. Okay, the Lovers is here. Okay, right, the Queen of Pentacles is here, and we got the Three of Pentacles. So in my head, I see this image of this world that's like blue. It's blue. The grass is like green, but it glows. And structures aren't, so buildings, I'm looking at this world and buildings don't exist here. It's like these hovering, kind of like the idea of a spaceship, but it's homes. Okay, this kind of makes me think of what was I gonna say? What is it? The Black Panther movie. When I think about their world, they were very advanced when it came to technology. I heard Nibiru, very advanced when it came to technology. Okay, this is where technology comes from. People truly don't understand. Technology is not man-made at all. Um, the reason we have what we have and have evolved the way that we have here is because of extraterrestrial beings. All right. And I feel like there are tensions. So just how there are like wars between, countries and states and shit like that. Right now, I feel like there's a war on these beings because there's something that they are trying to obtain that they are not being allowed to obtain. And it's almost as if they're trying to take it. All right? They're trying to take it. And by they, I mean the humans are trying to take it from them. Okay? It's almost as if like they're trying to control access. I keep hearing you were never supposed to show yourself. You were never supposed to show yourself. It wasn't in the contract, but they don't understand the they don't understand that the contract, there's a human contract and then there's a spiritual contract, and the spiritual contract always triumphs the human contract. Okay? I heard having friends in high places. Somebody has friends in high places. Somebody has friends in high places. The Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, the Queen of Pentacles. Definitely great fortune. Mother, the mothership. Mountains are significant. Traveling, going into mountains are very significant. Leaving the city, getting back connected with nature. You need open skies to be able to see something. Okay? I feel like there is also this fortune that's going to be bestowed upon you that does not come from a normal human existence. The Wheel of Fortune came out over home. I heard you're not from here. So I know people keep talking about like inheritance and stuff like that. Something that is yours is connected to a very, very big secret. Okay? Something that's yours is connected to a very big secret. I'm gonna just say that. But I do see something turning into somebody's favorite, but then I also see people trying to actively work on you not getting something. People don't want you to get something. There's the Fool and the Page of Cups. So there is a child that is a savior. There's a child that's been born that's very special that is a savior, or a child that is going to be born that is a savior. And when I think of home, I'm thinking of this planet that I'm envisioning in my head. That's the home. That's where this child is from. It's almost like the recreation of the human experience. So as above, so below. I really need you to stay focused. This is very important. There's something, hold on guys. There's a child, okay? There's a child. There could be a child being left out of something. Maybe this great fortune was left to this child. And maybe like people were working on leaving this kid out of something to keep this kid from going on this journey. I heard something about superseding or surpassing your peers, okay? Something that people around you don't want for you. I also feel like this child is of our aquatic nature. So something about mermaids is significant. Actually, I did a poll on Instagram. Shout out to Demi Daredevil. If you guys don't know who Demi Daredevil is, you should definitely look him up on Instagram and YouTube. I don't know if his YouTube channel is under Demi Daredevil, so like Demi Lovato. Definitely look him up. He's a really great artist. He's just a really great artist. Dude's super cool. His mind is very beautiful. So definitely check him out. But he did a poll on mermaids or fairies, okay? Mermaids do have a reputation for being a little bit, you know, taboo, but it's because of their environment. They adapted beautifully to their environment, actually. Sometimes the assignment requires you to do something that other people may not agree with, okay? So the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, I don't understand what this message is, okay? I'm literally just channeling this. I'm going along with it. I'm just following it. I don't know yet, but I'm trying to put the pieces together. So the Page of Cups and the King of Pentacles are sitting right next to each other. I also get there could be somebody who I'm also picking up on like a single father. You could be a earth sign father. You could have a little girl as a child. You could wonder why your kid is I don't want to use the word weird, but your child seems to find enjoyment in spending time alone. I feel like your child also talks a lot to themselves or to animals or bugs, like, but very in-depth conversations, okay? Like, I'm seeing a dad stand outside his daughter's door and listening to her talk. She could have a fish tank. You could have an aquarium in your house or something. For some reason, I just channeled Roman Atwood. If you guys know about the Smile More YouTube channel, the family, the Atwoods, okay? I know he has a daughter. I feel like what this kid is experiencing is also triggering an experience for the father specifically. I feel like the father has very good relationship with his inner child and his like inner happiness. And maybe as a father figure, you've been experiencing there could be lawsuits or financial issues that people are trying to throw at you that's putting you in an uncompromising position. But the High Priestess is here, and I feel like the High Priestess is, all of this is happening for a reason, and I feel like it's more so having to do with the response of your child than what the physical situation is that's going on. the thing that you're experiencing is meant to happen to teach you something, and also for your child to show you certain things about themselves. Okay, the Knight of Wands came out with the Eight of Swords. And all my cards keep falling on the floor, which I feel like is significant. For a reason. Then we got the Two of Cups and the Sun. Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. I see somebody coming in to give information on something that's going to free you from a mindset. Because there's something as a parental figure that you're supposed to be doing that you may not be open to because that may not be in your belief system. I heard that they're going to make you believe. Because your assignment is much greater than what you are currently capable of consciously understanding at this time. I also see a Queen of Pentacles. So there definitely is a group of people trying to work on taking something from you. I heard something about a setup. Sometimes it's you could be a person who has had trouble listening and following your intuition in the past, okay? But I feel like you're listening to your intuition and following it in the present. So any places that you feel you do not belong or should not go, you're not going. Any people you feel like you should not be hanging around or sharing certain information with, you're not. And I feel like a part of this is also your child. A part of this is also because of your child. This child has made you really, that protection that you feel over your child really keeps you from making certain decisions or doing certain things. This Queen of Pentacles, I feel like, wants to enlighten a family. I don't know why I'm getting a family, but they want to enlighten a family on the power that their child holds, because this family's not very aware. This kid is the unlocking of generational wealth. But this is wealth in knowledge, okay? This is wealth in coming to your abilities and being able to be connected with certain stuff that most people are not aware of being connected to. I'm trying to put the camera down so you guys can see the cards a bit. So I do see somebody deciding to go after something, a new passion. Something's gonna balance something out. Somebody's bringing in information that's going to remove you from the Eight of Swords. That's also going to lead you to the Sun energy and the Nine of Pentacles, where you're going to have to make a choice. And I feel like this choice is to start over, a new beginning, over the Fool, the Fool and the Ace of Wands. I heard taking a leap of faith. Temperance, the Page of Cups. King of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Feeding each other. There's something about feeding one another. This is so crazy. Something is extremely significant about water. So mermaids are very significant. What was it called? Fuck. I can't remember what it was called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The underworld. The world that exists under the water. What is it? I can't remember what it was. The world that exists under the water. Hold on now. Let me look this up. So that's what it was. Atlantis. Somebody's child is of royalty from underground. And I feel like the tension is because so if you're traveling, I feel like there's a need to take your kid to oceans, to water, hot springs and stuff like that, okay? Because your kid is going to tap into something. Atlantis, the mermaids, the home tension, climate. Yeah, there's a fucking climate difference from under the world. They said it was on land at one point, but then the sea levels rise. But also think of I heard the sea levels rise, but we were still underwater. Mermaids were still real. There was a period of time where humans could see extraterrestrial beings, deities and gods and goddesses, because they were tapped into that conscious experience. There was no indoctrination. I feel like there's a woman here who is about to, because the Queen of Pentacles, I didn't even fucking realize that. The Queen of Pentacles is on top of the King of Pentacles. And then it's the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups. Somebody's about to give birth to I was about to say aquatic sea creature. Somebody's about to give birth to a god or a goddess. Or somebody has given birth to a god or a goddess. There's a specific type of y'all, what the and then the Queen of Cups just turned the Nine of Cups. I heard set her free. What the fuck is this reading? I don't know what this is, y'all. There's conflict. So say like you're raising someone else's child. It's for a reason. I feel like there's an earth sign couple that's raising a water sign child. And this water sign child also comes from water sign parents. But there's a reason that these people are raising this child, is to teach this child a certain level of consciousness, to then in turn go back. The parents they're not far. it was set up this way so that this kid could come back and teach their parents to wake these parents up to who they are, to what they are, to balance something out. It has something to do with the sea levels. Somebody's a fucking waterbender, or has the ability to control water in this family of 3. There's a trinity of 3. Alchemy. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna leave it here. My phone's about to run out. I don't know what this was. I don't know. I hope I hope y'all, it makes sense to y'all, because it's kind of starting to make sense to me. I'm kind of going to follow this energy. I'm also going to, yeah, we'll get there, but I'm going to follow this energy, okay? You guys, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for liking, comment, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Definitely leave a comment down below if any of this content resonated with you, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.